Hey everyone. Okay. Cravings. Dieting, food, cravings. When you quit smoking, okay, when you get to the point where you realize, look, I'm actually not enjoying the cigarettes, I'm not feeling healthy with it, I gotta quit. Okay, when you make that decision and you actually go for it, you know, you're doing it. It feels super restrictive. The idea, before you even contemplate, you know, you start contemplating about it, it's restrictive. You're like, oh no, I don't see myself ever being able to not, you know, smoke us another cigarette, whatever. I can't do it. So the idea of doing that is restrictive. You feel like you're going to suffer from doing that these cravings will stay with you forever. But everyone realizes that if they manage to stop the cigarettes, there's so much more freedom. There's so much liberation from not having these cravings dictating to you that you need to consume something. So with the ketogenic diet, or a low carb, higher fat diet, it's very satiating, okay? It's satiating and it's filling for multiple reasons. It's filling because, first of all, you're eating nutrient-dense foods, okay? So your body will continue to crave if it knows that it's missing nutrients. So if you're eating a well-balanced ketogenic diet, okay, lots of salmon, cod liver, lots of fatty omega-3 fatty fishes, throwing in eggs, some pork chop here, some steak here, some shrimps there, cheese, adding a little bit of a full-fat dairy. All of these are extremely bioavailable in their nutrients, in their vitamins, and there's a good amount of healthy fat there to help absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. Just finally eating and supplying the daily requirements of micronutrients, okay, is already a good thing, okay, and a signal to lower your appetite. The other thing is there's actual hormones for appetite, leptin, ghrelin, there's other ones. Basically, protein and fat, okay, or animal proteins and fat have a signal that says, stop it, I'm full. All right, that's why when you eat a T-bone steak, you can't overindulge and have too many of them. You literally won't be able to swallow those bites, you know, when you get to, right? Same thing for fat. Same thing after you've had a fatty meal, right? Or a decent large steak with some fatty meal with it. You're not going to be hungry. People have fatty meals for lunch and sometimes say, I can't eat, I'm still full from lunch. When you have fat, when you have protein, this is actually what we're made of, okay? This is the substance that we're made of. This food is necessary. You feed that food, okay, your body will be satisfied for a lot longer. The hormonal reactions when protein and fat are introduced nutritionally into your body have a complete different hormonal reaction than when you put a carbohydrate, whether that carb is complex or simple. It's still the same glucose load that the body has to deal with, and that is only energy. It can't use that for anything else. It can't say, well, I don't need it for energy, but I'll go make this structure with it. I'll go make a cell with it. This happens with fat. The brain's 60% fat. The nervous system is covered by a sheath that is pure saturated fat. Our hormones are fat and cholesterol. Our brain is 25% cholesterol. Every cell has a lipid fat membrane, okay? Fat. Fat doesn't go anywhere bad, okay? Especially if there's no carbs. Fat is used for so many, important things in the body. So fat and protein nourish your body with what they want. They have, especially if it's animal sources, bioavailable nutrients in the correct formulation to be used immediately in your body. The fat in fatty fishes are high in omega-3. This is an essential fatty acid, and if you remove the omega-6 processed foods that have omega-6 in packaged foods, you avoid the seed oils and you concentrate with the rest of your clean keto, you will correct your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. We have too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3. So go after those omega-3 sources and know when the omega-6, where they are, okay? So it's not about willpower, okay? The reason that we feel that we have no willpower when it comes to diet is because of a hormonal imbalance, okay? First of all, insulin. Insulin is not the only hormone that we're dealing with, but it's one of the major. I'd consider it the master hormone. When food is introduced into your body, when nutrients are sensed, insulin will be elevated to open up the cell and allow the nutrients and the good stuff into the cell, okay? That's the point of insulin. Therefore, when insulin is elevated, it's either putting something into a cell so it uses the energy right away, and if the cells are like, we don't want any energy right now, it will be stored as fat. So yes, insulin is, at the same time, it is a fat storage hormone. When insulin is elevated, you're in an anabolic state, you're in a storage phase where the body, because of insulin being secreted, is trying to push things into the cells, into your body, whether for storage for later or storing it in the cell to be used immediately, okay? So it's not about willpower, all right? The reason that the ketogenic diet, people seem to be able to easily implement intermittent fasting and more prolonged fasting. The reason it seems like they're not bothered by the cravings anymore, the reason why they say, yeah, I know, but this one is superior because of the appetite control. Imagine dieting, losing weight faster than you've ever lost, with zero hungry, actually feeling full, able to this is amazing, and this is what I've experienced on the low carb high fat diet. This is what other people anecdotally experience, and it makes sense. I can explain why it does that, and it's not only just with the hormones. Did you ever wonder why some people are really, really fat but they're always hungry? That's most of us, right? So why do we have so much fat that is supposed to be stored fuel, so we have access when we don't have fuel? But immediately we get hungry and we have to, and we're suffering, we're really craving, we're starving, and we have to eat every 3 to 5 hours. Why can't we just go get the fat storage? It's ridiculous. Why am I fat and I'm hungry, and fat is supposed to be there when I don't have food? So why is my body making me hungry? That's all hormonal. And this is corrected when you do have a low carbohydrate diet, okay? Because carbohydrates have to be consumed. If they're present, usually insulin's higher. If they're present, they have to be burned. So if you eliminate the carbs, then you have a low insulin environment because fat doesn't spike it as much. You're concentrating more on fat and protein, especially fat if you're keto, and this keeps you full. And it also sets up a hormonal profile that we don't necessarily have to go into big detail about, that is optimal, that optimizes fat burning, okay? That gives you access to go through all your fat stores, okay? And you feel better. You feel good when you're in mild nutritional ketosis. You feel good when you're in ketosis, when it's due to nutrition. It's a great feeling. So that's pretty much it. Guys, it's not about willpower, okay? It's not that hard. When you're eating right and the hormones start working with you instead of against you, it's not hard. And I can see how you guys think this is full of crap, that it's impossible. But it's not. We can do this. We have to go back like hunters and gatherers, okay? We got to primarily be animal-based nutrition. We need to eat salmon. We need to go after the steaks. We need to have lots of eggs. We can't shy away from dairy if we tolerate it. These animal source proteins are bioavailable, okay? They're not precursors. They're not beta carotene. They're not provitamins. They're not converted differently between people. The food is there in animal source proteins. The food is there, the nutrient is ready, it's bioavailable, it's easily absorbed, it's easily digested. The cravings go away, okay? You stop eating carbs because they're not essential. They go away just like any other bad habit, all right? So, yes, it is restrictive, okay, when you're having cravings, when you're addicted to food, but it is a liberation. This diet is not restrictive. It's here to free you. It's here to free you from fake signals from your body telling you to eat, okay? The idea of eating 3 meals and then putting snacks in between, the snacks, okay, are a symptom. They're letting you know, dude, you can't even get 5 hours without being ravenous, okay? So these snacks in between meals are not for your health. They're not even for your body. They're for your mind, okay? Because your mind is sick. It's not reacting well. It has a sick relationship with food, and it's all hormonal imbalances that are giving you false signals to do bad things. All you have to do is know insulin, what it does, and how to manipulate it. If you're keeping your insulin low, you're well on your way to good health.